Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be my September edit, and this is basically a newer idea that I came up with to fill in a little bit in between the Sunday hauls, because I think while it's cool to see new products, it's also good to kind of pull things out of my collection and start using things again that I haven't used in a while. And I really like to do this especially as the seasons are changing as well. Kind of like I change my clothes, I also tend to change my makeup. And in September, I usually like to pull out makeup that's a little bit more transitional, maybe like some deeper colored palettes or lipsticks or blushes, but I do like to switch things up a little bit, and I love to pull out older products that I haven't used in a while because I hate the fact that they're just sitting there. But I also want to include in this video some new products as well that I'm going to be testing throughout the month of September, as well as some core products like my favorite foundations, my brow products that I use all the time, concealers, mascaras, and other things like that. So I think that this video is going to be kind of a hybrid between Shop My Stash, testing out some new products, and also just favorites in general. So I hope you guys like this idea, and if you do, let me know down below and give this video a thumbs up and I can start doing these monthly. But I just thought you would like to see kind of behind the scenes of what products I'm using this month, because this is something that I really do every month anyway. I just don't get a chance to show you guys most of the time. So if you like this kind of idea, definitely let me know. Also stay tuned to the end of the video because I'll show you the products that I'm wearing on my face today. All of them are included in today's video, but if I show you them now, they're not really going to make sense. So once you've seen all the products, then I'll come back and let you know what everything is. Alright, so here's a look at everything laid out. I have a couple different eyeshadow palettes, a few blushes, some lip products, some face products. I tried to include just a little bit of everything and multiple different options just so that I don't get bored throughout the month. So why don't we go ahead and start with face products. So I have a couple different foundations that I like to use, and the primer that I use most of the time. I'm also testing out a brand new primer. So let's just start with these first. My primer of choice is normally the Coats Face Natural Tinted Primer. This is the old packaging. I believe it comes in a blue tube now, but they had sent me a whole bunch of these when I was on their PR list, and I'm still kind of working through the old ones. But I just love this primer. I've talked about it quite a few times here on my channel. It just feels so nice on the skin. It does have a hint of tint to it to keep it from being white or have a white cast, because it is a mineral-based primer. But as you can see, it just kind of smooths out the skin, minimizes those fine lines and wrinkles and pores, and it just gives a nice surface to apply makeup to. So I love that because a lot of sunscreens can feel kind of sticky or heavy, and this one doesn't. And as you can see, there's no white cast to it whatsoever, and the tint that it has kind of just disappears right into the skin. So I use this on a daily basis and love it. I also just picked this up the other day. This is from JOAH, and it's their new Blur Activator Mineral Primer. I got this because I thought it might be a dupe for the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, and I'm happy to say I think it is. It feels almost identical putting it on the skin. It looks almost the same. I wore this today for the first time and I really liked it a lot. I felt like it made my skin feel so smooth. It's super silky and lightweight. So I'm liking this so far, but I'm just gonna have to use it a little bit more and see how I like it with different foundations and stuff. But so far so good. It was very affordable too. And then when it comes to foundation, the two that I reach for the most often are the Soap & Glory Kick A. I'm not going to say that in case you guys have kids watching. This is a dupe for the CYO Life Proof Foundation. They're owned by the same parent company, and the formula is literally identical. I've been using this almost exclusively lately because my other CYO bottle is almost gone, and CYO is being discontinued, so I was happy to have a replacement for that. I think that this foundation looks the best on dry, mature skin. At least it's like the best one that I've found. I have it in the shade 02, and I just think this goes on with such a beautiful skin-like finish. It's also very moisturizing, but it lasts all day. It doesn't break up on my face, so that's awesome. I also really love these No. 7 Match Made Custom Blend foundation drops, mainly because now that I'm older, foundations, just a lot of them don't work for me, and this just lets me customize it any way I want. So I can mix a few drops of this in with my sunscreen and just add some coverage to my actual primer, and I love that because the primer just sits so nicely on the skin, so it just adds a little coverage to it. You can also put this in a moisturizer. You can basically create your own foundation with it. So that's the reason that I love it. I have it in the shade Cool Ivory, which I think is going to be a little too dark for me heading into the winter. I'm probably going to have to get another one, but I'm just trying to use up this little bottle first. And then when it comes to concealers, there's really only two things that I've been using under my eyes lately because they're just holy grail. The first one is the Pixi Correction Concentrate in Brightening Peach. This hides any darkness that's underneath your eyes. I tend to get darkness towards the inner corners of my eyes versus underneath, and this just patting this on just takes it all away, and it really just blends into my skin tone. Then I can add a concealer on top of it, and there's absolutely no sign of darkness. If I were to just use a concealer in those areas, you can still see a little bit of the darkness shining through, but not when I use this. It completely cancels it out, and it's just a nice creamy base, so I love that. And then the JOAH Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer is also another holy grail product for me. It's the nicest concealer I think I've ever used, hands down. It has one of those spongy applicators similar to the Maybelline Age Rewind, but I like this formula even more than that. As I've gotten older, I've found that Age Rewind settles into my fine lines just a little bit. It never seemed to do that in the past. I don't know if they've changed the formula or if it's just because my fine lines are a little deeper than they used to be, but this one truly doesn't settle at all, and it somehow makes the skin look even smoother where you put it. I don't know how that's possible, but it's so lightweight and it just is like magic for your under eyes. So I'm obsessed with this, and it's so affordable too, but it's like the nicest concealer I've ever tried. This one is in the shade Porcelain, so I'm only using these two because these are the only ones that I reach for these days. And then next up, I have some cheek products that I've pulled out for this month, and I tried to get kind of a variety of different tones depending on what kind of looks I want to do. So first, let's go ahead and start with bronzer. So this one is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed 02, and this bronzer is absolutely stunning. I have a whole drawer full of bronzers, and this one is the only one that I reach for. And I don't always bronze my face every day, but I even use this as a blush if I'm doing a bolder eye and I just want a really neutral cheek, because it's the most perfect bronze shade for my skin tone. So it's not too warm, it's not too cool, it's just like the perfect neutral brown, and it's such a silky, beautiful blendable formula that I'm in love with it. It does smell like coconut though, so just something to keep in mind if you're sensitive to fragrance. And then as far as blushes go, I picked the Lorac Tinge blush. This is another one that I reach for constantly. So these are sort of like my staple products that I pretty much don't ever take out of rotation. And this one I love for pretty much the same reason as I love the Milani bronzer for the cheeks, because it's the perfect nude shade and it just goes with almost any look that you're wearing. If you just want something toned down on your cheeks, it's gorgeous. It really works best for fair to light skin tones, I would say. I don't know that it would show up on anybody deeper than that, but if you're fair like me, it's absolutely perfect. And then this is a blush that I haven't used in a while, so I definitely wanted to give it some more love. This one is Down Boy from The Balm, and I figured when I had more cool toned looks that I would reach for this one because it's just like such a pretty cool toned pink. So I'll just show you a quick swatch of it, just so you can see the color a little bit. I'll just build it up. So again, a great color for fair to light skin tones. Another favorite of mine is ColourPop's To The 10. This is probably my favorite color that they make, and this one's more of a peachy pink. So I'll just show you this one really quick. Nobody ever talks about ColourPop's pressed blushes either. Look at how beautiful that is. They're so silky too, and they don't give you clown cheeks because they're really buildable. Actually, that's something I love about all these blushes, is that they're more buildable. When it comes to blush, I really am not looking for something pigmented just because they're a little bit harder to control and I don't want to get clown cheeks. And then the last blush that I chose, at least in powder form, is the Flower Beauty Flower Pots blush in Warm Hibiscus. This one, again, is just another favorite that I reach for all the time. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it. I usually wear matte blushes, but sometimes I like a shimmery formula. And this one is like the perfect peachy pink. Again, just has the gold shimmer in it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of NARS Orgasm. So those are the powder blushes that I chose this week. I also decided to take out these Flower Beauty blush bombs again. I grabbed these two shades. These are a little bit more on the neutral side. We have Pinched and Cinnamon, and I did a whole video on these comparing them to the Glossier Cloud Paints, so I'll put that above and down in the description box if you want to check that video out. They're pretty much identical to the Cloud Paints. I actually like these even a little bit more because the packaging makes it really, really easy to get the product out. The Cloud Paints kind of like don't have this applicator, so they just kind of squeeze out of the tube and make a mess everywhere. So I'll just quickly show you these shades. So here's Pinched. And these are awesome too. They're nice and buildable and they last a really long time on the cheeks. They kind of give your cheeks a little bit of a stain, but they give you plenty of time to blend them out and make sure that they're right before they set. So you don't have to worry that they're just gonna like set in place and cause like a big splotch on your cheek. So that one is Pinched. And then this one is Cinnamon. I do have to use this one a little bit more sparingly because it's a darker shade. But yeah, I put too much there. But if you just put a little bit, like I'll show you, if you just kind of put a little and blend it in, it just makes a really pretty bronzy glow to your cheeks. More like this. Definitely ignore that right there. I added way, way too much. All right, so moving on to eyes. I've been using the Arches and Halos Micro Brow Pencil and the Microfiber Tinted Brow Mousse. I've already talked about these in a couple videos, so I'm not going to talk on them too long, but these basically remind me a lot of the Anastasia products, but they're available at Target and they're really affordable. I use the shade Mocha Blonde in both, which is a little bit more of a cool tone blonde. So here's what that looks like. And I just love this pencil. It reminds me a lot of Brow Wiz, and it's $12.99, I believe. And then also the Microfiber Tinted Brow Mousse. I really haven't been using any other brow products except these two, and really, really enjoying them a lot. And then for mascara, this one again is just a staple for me. I always have this as part of my regular routine, so as soon as one tube is gone, I just buy another one. It's the CoverGirl Supersizer. It's my favorite mascara because it just gives me really huge lashes and also lasts all day. Even the non-waterproof version never smudges on me, and mascaras always tend to smudge on me, so that's one reason why I absolutely love this. I use it anytime I know I'm going to be out all day and I don't want to worry about my mascara looking raccoony under my eyes. And then I've also been really loving this one from Rimmel. I just picked it up on a whim at Walmart, and it's their Lash Accelerator Endless Volume Mascara with Fibers. I'm actually wearing this in the video today, which you're going to see towards the end, but what I love about this is that it actually has their Lash Accelerator serum in it, so it's supposed to help you grow your lashes over time. So I love that because it's kind of just like a two-in-one product, and I'm terrible at remembering to apply lash serums at night, but I really feel like my lashes are longer than they've been in a while, and they've been staying that way like ever since I've been using this. So far I'm really enjoying it. I love the way my lashes look with it as well. And then moving on to palettes. The reason that I have these two is because this Fairy Tale 2 from C Color is a dupe for the Gingerbread palette from Too Faced. So I have them both out because I plan to do a review and kind of comparison on both of these. So here's what they look like side by side, and I'm just going to be testing these out together this month, and I definitely plan on doing a video very soon and let you know my thoughts. So far I've been very impressed with C Color overall, and I feel like all of their palettes definitely hold up to the original, so I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned for that video. Another palette I'm going to be using this month is the Love in London palette. This is just a beautiful cool tone palette. I used this a lot back over the winter when it first came out, but I really haven't picked it up since like February or March. So I'm excited to play with this again just because I feel like the vibe is kind of a little bit like transition into fall. Like it's not a really deep dark palette, but the colors just say fall to me a little bit more. So this is my cool tone pick for this month. I'll just quickly show you some swatches so you can see what the whole palette looks like. And I think the formula is amazing on this one too. I did a whole video on this too, so if you'd like to see that video, I can link that up above. And then another palette that I got recently that I just want to start playing with a little bit more is the Makeup Revolution or I Heart Revolution Peanut Butter Cup palette. I did show this in my Sunday haul. I swatched a couple of shades, but I'll go ahead and just show you the entire palette swatched out so you can see. I think there's a great variety of color in here, and it kind of reminds me of fall leaves in a way, but it's not a super deep dark palette either. So I think it's a great transition from summer into fall again, and I can't wait to play with this because I think it looks gorgeous. And then another one that I haven't played with in such a long time, probably in almost a year, but was one of my favorite palettes when I got it. It's the Nabla Dreamy palette. This one sadly is not available at Ulta yet, even though much of their products are. This one you still have to order directly from their website in Italy, but oh my gosh, it's so worth it. This palette is just so stunning. I'll go ahead and show you some swatches. The formula is amazing. These colors are just like so soft and beautiful. This is kind of like my rosy toned pick, because the other palettes I picked are a little bit more either on the warm side or like I have the one cool tone palette. So this one gives me those rosy tones and the purples. It's just stunning. I can't wait to start playing with this one again.
All right, and then last but not least, we have lip products. So first up are these Physicians Formula Organic Wear Tinted Lip Treatments. I generally wear tinted lip balms or glosses most of the time. I'm not really a lipstick person unless I'm filming a video, or maybe if I'm going somewhere like to an event or something, I'll wear lipstick. But on an everyday basis, just running errands, bringing my son to school, things like that, I'm wearing tinted lip balms. So I've been loving these. I did do a whole video on these, so I'll link that above because I did swatches. I did lip swatches as well. I just think these colors are gorgeous. They're actually really pigmented for tinted lip balm as well. And then also I've been loving these Just a Tint lip crayons from ColourPop. I have the shades Gimme S'more and Z-Boys. And again, these are just super quick and easy color, just swipe on and go. And they're very, very hydrating as well. So this one is Gimme S'more and then this one is Z-Boys. So they're just like easy neutral colors too. Another one from ColourPop, this one is their Ultra Blotted Lip. I love these because I feel like they're more of a comfortable matte liquid lipstick. This one is in the shade Scenic Route. This was from the California Love collection, but what I love about the Ultra Blotted Lip is just that they're kind of more of a sheer, more natural looking liquid lipstick. Another one I pulled out is this Stila Beauty Boss lip gloss in the shade Win Win. I did swatch these all on my lips during a lip swatch video I did a couple weeks ago, so I'll link that above and in the description box if you'd like to check that out. But this gloss is so stunning. It's really pigmented for a lip gloss. It makes my lips look super full and shiny. I just love it so much, and I love the color, and you're probably starting to see a pattern here. I do love a neutral lip, but also for fall, I wanted to take out this Clarins Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil. These are my favorite lip oils by far because they're almost like a liquid lip balm. They're so hydrating, and this one is in the Blackberry shade. It looks really dark in the tube, but it's actually stunning. It's just like the most beautiful wash of a berry tone on your lips. So I think this is going to pair beautifully with some of those cooler toned fall looks. It's just gorgeous, and it smells like blackberries as well. And then last but not least, I have two lipsticks from Flower Beauty's Petal Pout collection. These are my favorite lipsticks at the drugstore, almost my favorite lipsticks in general, I think, because they're such a lightweight formula. They're nicely pigmented, and they just look so nice on my lips. They seem to kind of minimize those lip lines that I have a little bit. They just wear beautifully on more mature lips. So the shades I picked for fall are Spiced Petal. Again, very similar to the other colors, but I just think these are going to be a little bit more long-lasting than the glosses will be, but they're also still super comfortable and creamy on the lips. And then this one is Warm Sand. So this one is actually the matte finish, which surprisingly is not drying on the lips. And this one I believe is a cream finish. Yeah, so they're almost the same color, but one's a matte and one's a cream. And I just think these are so flattering on my skin tone. And I just love to reach for these this time of year. I don't know why, but they just seem to go with fall looks really perfectly.
All right, so quickly, I'm just gonna let you guys know what I'm wearing on my face today. So on my skin, I'm wearing the Kick-Ass All Day Wear Foundation from Soap & Glory. Love this so much. As I said in the video, it's a great dupe for the CYO Life Proof. I'm also wearing the JOAH Dark Circle Concealer. Oh, underneath I'm wearing the Blur Activating Primer from JOAH. I think this one is actually really, really nice. It's my first time using it, so very excited about that. I'm also using the Pixi Dark Circle Corrector, which I use every single day. On my cheeks, I'm wearing the Milani Bronzer just because I have kind of a lot going on my eyes and also like a slightly deeper color on my lips, so I just wanted to keep my cheeks really neutral. For mascara, I'm wearing the Rimmel Lash Accelerator Endless Volume. On my lips, I'm wearing the Flower Beauty Petal Pout in Spiced Petal, one of my favorite shades ever. And then for eyeshadow, I'm wearing the Nabla Dreamy Palette, and I'm using the shade Illusion in my crease, which is this really pretty light brown. Sistina also I'm using in my crease just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. I'm wearing Metal Cupid on my lid, which is a stunning lid color. It's so beautiful. And then I just patted this rose gold shimmer right on the center of my lid as well. So I'll just give you a closer look at what that looks like. I love this palette so much. I think it's gorgeous. Alright guys, so that's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments below what products you're loving for the month of September. What are your favorite fall time products to pull out from your stash? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!